As you know, I'm from Barcelona, but I lived in London since I was 15 or something.
I, for one, am uncomfortable with the word penetrate.
Well, you've got so many splinters in your arse on that fence.
Can you imagine how many times that bloke has masturbated over an episode of Peaky Blinders?
God.
Yeah. Andy, come back! Hello and welcome to Dream Team Coach, where we're talking about the biggest football stories, looking forward to the huge weekend ahead. I'm also going to be discussing all things fantasy football. I'm Rory Harper, and today I'm joined by my mate Andy Taylor, Dream Team Coach Nick Elliott, and recently dead and back again, Sean Burke.
Yeah, it's a turn up for the books, isn't it?
Thought you were brown bread, mate. What's going on?
No, I just OD'd on calcium, which knocks you out for a good week or so. But I'm all right now, and my bones are stronger than ever.
People thought you were actually dead.
I know, yeah, people.
And they weren't that sad.
Yeah.
Thank was top comment, basically.
As always, there is a forfeit at the end of the show. We'll see how you boys got on last week's Dream Team Weekender. The person with the lowest score, as always, faces a forfeit right here in the studio. And don't forget, this weekend's Weekender is a massive 5Gs, so make sure you sign up today. It's completely free. So what have you got to lose? As you know, we like seeing you guys at home comment when one of the guys on the panel say something that triggers you. So we'd all like to personally thank Sean Cook for saying this last week.
There's a team that are the bottlers in the Premier League at the moment, and that's Liverpool, hands down.
It's fair to say it got a reaction. As you can see on the screen now, there's quite a few comments. In fact, there's reports that Sean Cook has gone into hiding. That's 3 defeats in the last 4 games for the Spuds. Well, what's gone wrong?
Everyone was cheeking me last week for the resting players in Champions League theory, and they proved my point. They can't go off the back of a big Champions League game and get points. I just think this year the financial gain of going to the Champions League is so big for Spurs that they should. I'm not saying to sack it off. They've still got a big enough squad to do well. But I'm just saying, imagine if Kane gets injured in the first leg. Well, actually, they'll probably get better without Kane. But generally speaking, I think rest players for the Champions League.
Since Kane obviously came back, they have struggled, but he hasn't. He's scored 4 in 5. But the problem is no other Spurs player has scored since he came back.
So maybe it's merely coincidence that Spurs have just been crap recently and Kane's been in the team. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I think we can all agree that Spurs are better with Kane. We can't deny the fact since he came back, they've wobbled.
I can get that mentality though, that Kane comes back and everyone's like, finally, we don't have to be working 125% in a game.
Back to the comments, and Andy has finally got some love. Phantom Fox 456 says, #AndyIn. Why so much hate?
Yeah, I know.
Craigie Boy has mentioned #Andy is a legend.
That's going too far.
Amode Fad writes, you know, I have to say, for a Wolves fan, Andy is a pretty sensible guy. Meanwhile, the new Sean is just a numpty when it comes to football. A bit like the old one, actually.
Always nice for Andy's family to get in touch.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all my mum and dad's burner accounts on YouTube, yeah. I wanted to say, though, that I do feel for Sean as a Spurs fan, though, Sean Cook. Yeah. Just because, like, if I compare it to me as a Wolves fan...
This one is also a Spurs fan sometimes.
Yeah.
But for me as a Wolves fan, when we lose a game, like when we lost to Huddersfield the other day, I'm like, I can kind of accept that because we're Wolves, we don't have this opinion that we should be a big team. Whereas Spurs think they should be winning every game, whereas in reality they shouldn't be.
I do think that when Spurs lose, it's a bottle job, and when other teams lose, it's just a loss.
No, but
this is true.
And also, if you think Spurs are bottlers, then you have to acknowledge they're a good team, because to bottle something, you have to be at the level where there's something to bottle. Do you know what I mean? Like,
there will be a day in the year that they will think they're going to win something. And they will always fail, without question.
You heard it here first.
Spursy.
This is Spursy, a condition that affects Tottenham fans across the globe.
Do you know where the term bottle came from?
No.
Does it have historical context?
It does. It means bottle glass, which is the Cockney rhyming slang for arse.
Oh, yeah.
If you lose your arse, it means you're losing your bowels. So in a nervous situation.
Yeah.
Spurs have lost their arsehole.
Basically.
Right.
Nice. Do you know my mum actually watches this show and she called me up and she was like, what's going on with that facial hair? Yeah.
My mum actually saw it as well somehow on Twitter. She said, your Auntie Mary said you ate a chili on the internet show. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. People are saying you're dead.
On Tuesday night, Ronaldo scored the 52nd hat-trick of his career to send Juventus through to the Champions League quarter-finals. Does this prove he's still the best player in the world, or what?
Well, I feel like, given that you're an Ozil fan, Nick, I imagine you're also a Messi fan.
I'm Messi, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But although, do you remember when Ronaldo and Messi played well and you didn't have a 3-day tedious debate after about which one was better? Those days were so much fun. You could just enjoy them. They were so good.
Yeah.
And now one of them plays well and the other one starts trending on Twitter, even though he's not playing that day.
Yeah.
It's a bit annoying, isn't it?
2019, my friend. This is the world.
Someone has to be the outright best. We're not allowed to just enjoy two legendary footballs. Someone has to be good, and someone has to be not as good.
It's only because Ronaldo is better that we have the debate, though.
Now, fanboys of both are pretty unbearable, to be honest. I find. But I'm Messi, to be honest. I'm Team Messi. But I have a preference.
Nick, you seem to be
Not a
sitting on the fence
fanboy,
here
though.
quite
He's just
a
a
bit.
casual fan.
I prefer Messi, but I don't actively go out my way to
Oh, you've
slag
got
off
so
Ronaldo.
many splinters in your arse on that fence, haven't you?
Declan Rice. Looking at Sean.
here we
was
go.
included
Here
in
we
Gareth
go.
Southgate's England squad
one.
on Wednesday. This is just 24 hours after being awarded Ireland's Young Player of the Year.
Come on, you girls in green.
Embarrassing. Honestly, I
welling
don't have any quip. What were they thinking? Why would you do such a thing? I'm literally lost for words.
But you can't be. Sit up and tell us more about it. Come on. I literally want to I just want to see what an Irishman has to say about it.
This
Like,
is
you
awful.
can't be lost for words.
This is-
Tell us.
Oh, it's this insult to injury. He played for us 3 times and then was like, actually, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
off. And now to do this. Why? They just shot themselves in the foot. For what reason?
But do you think he should have won Ireland's Young Player of the Year?
No.
Who should have won it?
I don't know. Literally anyone else.
Has Rice come out and accepted it with,
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be an awkward ceremony.
Yeah.
in his full in his
Yeah.
full England tracksuit as he heads off
Yeah.
straight to the next England qualifier. I get that Ireland fans are obviously moaning about losing Rice, but then we could be sitting here moaning equally as such. Carsley, Morrison.
Kilban, Kiley, Delap, Aldridge, Waters, Westwood, McGoldrick, McTeer, Lawrenson, Kenny Clark, Christie, Cascarino, Bruce, Breen.
I've got loads more on it. Mick McCarthy. And
Keep going, mate. Keep going.
Mackin, St Ledger, Robinson, Holland, Folan, Cox, Richard Keir.
So what connects all of those?
St.
players?
Ledger. St. Ledger. St. Ledger.
What connects all of those names?
Yeah, they're all obviously born in England. Right.
Well, no, just they're not born in Ireland. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. But your gaffer is Yorkshire born and bred.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, being Irish is such a strong nationality to people that penetrates even the second generation. But, he obviously feels such a connection to the homeland.
I, for one, am uncomfortable with the word penetrate.
Yeah. Whoa.
Would you say Ireland are like the charity shop of world football?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah.
Pitch invaders were a theme of the last weekend. 3 separate incidents happened in England and Scotland. The most notable was one complete and utter pleb came onto the pitch and punched Jack Grealish. What the hell is going on, lads?
That bloke. Can you imagine how many times that bloke has masturbated over an episode of Peaky Blinders? Can you imagine? Like, I bet that guy uses his armchair as an ashtray and has a Union Jack overlay on his Facebook profile picture.
Yeah, definitely.
You can see it clearly.
definitely.
Like, he thinks chips are the best part of an Indian takeaway.
Do you know what wound me up as well? Is that Blues rewarded him with a lifetime ban of not being able to watch Birmingham City play for
Exactly. Yeah. If there was any just punishment, they'd renew his season ticket.
Yeah. But it was the fact that he was giving it like stacks as he was going off, and half of the Blues fans were saying that they were applauding him off.
Oh, yeah, that was
That is
disgusting.
a shame.
What would you do as a punishment? What would be like a fit punishment for someone that does? Doesn't
Somebody
it?
should invade his place of work and punch him in the back of the head.
Jack Grealish.
Yeah, Jack Grealish
should come to-
specifically.
Solskjaer lost his first Premier League game as United manager, going down 2-0 at Arsenal. Guess who didn't watch it?
Don't bother watching the little
Arsenal,
games like
yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah.
Man United.
Recovering from my milk overdose.
Did you know you won? You won, yeah.
Huh?
won, yeah.
Yes, I heard that much.
Yeah.
Do you know who scored?
Xhaka and and then Aubameyang scored a penalty. I was checking the updates. I was on holiday.
Another Irish fella, Patrick Aubameyang.
Yeah.
There's a camera angle now where you can see it from the keeper's
Really?
viewpoint.
Where is the camera? Have they literally stuck it in his eyeball?
I don't know. I don't know how it's done. How is it done? Your
So,
video, lads.
well, they've got a camera here, So it's not quite.
So it's in the goalpost, is it?
No. It's like just in the stand somewhere.
right.
So they like zoom in from that camera, but they look like they zoom through the back of his head, and it looks like it's his view. Imagine Ozil's view. It's just the same as the camera angle, right? Just on the side of the pitch, like that.
Whoa.
I thought it was going to be a little dig, like going that way and that way.
Yeah, I was like, which way is this going to
He
go?
had a good game, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did, yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
You're going to give me some stat about he had 16 passes in the opposition final third. Oh, amazing.
He prepped for this.
I've never said that he's a bad player. I think his first touch is amazing. I think his quality on the ball is amazing. My problem...
What about the bounce
No,
pass?
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fake, but... no.
If you want to watch me and Andy argue about Ozil, just go back and watch episode 1 or episode 2.
We'd all like to congratulate Hector Bellerin on probably his biggest achievement of his career so far. He will be on the front cover of this month's British Vogue magazine.
Wow.
How good does this kid look? Look at that.
Oh my.
Very nice.
Very nice. Who do you think will be the next footballer on Vogue?
I'd like to see Sean Burke on Vogue.
Well, I'm not really a footballer, is the only thing.
I know, but I was just going off.
Not really. Not
Well,
really. In
mean,
some ways I am.
Not professionally. I have the same ability, but, I just do it for fun.
Nick?
Me, I don't know. I can Pogba's going to be on there soon, isn't he? Realistically.
Yeah, I think.
Pogba's probably gusted that Bellerin's been too.
Yeah, that's true.
think,
Okay.
but-
They're in that same sort of bracket, aren't they,
Yeah.
now, like social media footballers?
Yeah.
If
I
you still-
rate Bellerin though. I love all his sort of fashionable shtick.
It is nice
He's
to see
pretty
a player with a
consistent
bit
with
of
it.
personality, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet he gets a lot of stick for it as well from football fans. But
Like he's kind of guy. He kind of like makes the right people angry though, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he triggers the right people, and he's got a funny accent, isn't he?
You know, I don't like to rush anywhere. I like to do my things easy, so especially after a game.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Spanish Cockney.
yeah.
It's growing
It's
up in
very-
Barcelona. It's like a
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
Espanol hybrid. It's so strange.
Come on, keep
But
going.
he's
I
been
like
since
it.
he
I
was
want
like-
to see more of it. Imagine Unai Emery's pulled you in his office. It's like,
He's
look,
pulled me in his office.
he's pulled you in his office.
What's going on at Arsenal?
I'm not happy with your performances of late. What's going on?
Well, I've just been focusing on my fashion, and it's
It's not Forrest Gump.
taken a lot of my time.
Hector, what's going on with that accent? I've never heard you speak like this before.
Are you sick?
As you know, I'm from Barcelona, but I lived in London since I was 15 or something. There you go.
That's pretty good.
It's
That's
like
pretty
Mark
good.
Noble, Lionel Messi.
None of that makes sense, but I still know what you mean.
Just for fun, each and every Monday, we ask our panel to create a football-related meme. We then post the meme on the Dream Team Insta account, and then the meme with the most likes is the winner. So, which one? Have a look at them. First up is Sean Burke. Sorry.
Oh, both.
Oh. This was actually.
Top notch.
You've got to say that's excellent.
Yeah.
Really
It's
good.
excellent.
It's
Sean,
really
talk
good.
us through that.
This is, it just came to me. I'm
You're
just
full of
many things.
because
What are you
Jack
talking about?
Townsend created this. Oh my God! You fraud.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh yeah, I think he had some input on it.
Sean is,
I've got a
you wouldn't
big.
have
I'm,
him.
He's
I'm
one of your
pretty-
social team, isn't
I'm
he?
a pretty big deal. I was in New York. I got somebody on my social media team to do it for me.
Andy Taylor.
Oh, you've got to be happy with this. Celebrating James Ward-Prowse from Dead Ball Situations. I mean, that's what I took away from the weekend.
It's very rare that James Ward-Prowse gets mentioned in a meme.
Exactly, yeah.
Everyone missed Nick Elliott.
So,
My personal favourite. Thought
Yeah.
this.
I must say, I
I
really
saw
like this.
I saw the Bill Gates and using the massive table tennis. I thought what he's done there is he's using something that's too powerful for the situation. And PSG using a front three of Neymar and Mbappe is way too powerful for Ligue 1. And then obviously lots of celebrity. He's just watching it all.
Yeah.
He's enjoying
No.
it, just like all the celebs.
But before I give you the final result, I'd like to read out this comment that came in from LEK, lower score, 68. She writes, I hope it's Andy. Kinda sad how everyone calls him a even though he makes really good and valid points. In brackets, Andy, you're my fave, by the way.
I mean, never a truer word spoken on this show.
You really have gone from zero to hero. on
Yeah,
this.
I know.
So now it's time to reveal who had the most likes of meme of the week. I can reveal that in third place, it is, again, Andy Taylor. In second place is, surprisingly, Nick Elliott. And in first place is Sean Jack Townsend.
Well done, Jack. Well done,
Well
Jack.
done, Jack. You don't get to do that.
Yeah, now it's time for the Dream Team coach himself to share this week's top tip. What have you got for us, Nick Elliott?
With Brendan Rodgers back in the Premier League, we're expecting Leicester to show some good character over the next month. Jamie Vardy's back in vogue, 2 goals and an assist last weekend. And he could have had a hat-trick if he wasn't so selfless, setting up Rory Tillemans, who himself has been a great addition since joining from Monaco. If you back Leicester to have a good run of form, and they have got favourable fixtures for the next month, then why not go for those two? But don't linger on them for too long, because they finished the season playing City, Chelsea and Arsenal.
Time to talk about this weekend's Dream Team Weekender game. It's the FA Cup quarter-finals, plus there's a few Prem games too. Wolves are at home to Man United on Saturday night.
Go on, you Wolves!
You've not put a single Wolves player in your team, mate. You give it all that, but
No, I don't want to
Come on.
burden them with the extra pressure of them having to perform for me. As we all know, they watched the show. We saw that last week.
we did.
And I just really fancy West Ham. They got Huddersfield at home, is that correct,
Yes,
Nick?
yeah.
But I think Jesus is a great shout because Aguero played in the week. Jesus is coming back to fitness. He's scoring goals. I can imagine him notching a few against Swansea. That would be my number one pick, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, City have scored 5 or more goals in 10 games this season, which is pretty unreal, and lots of those have come in the cup.
Nick, you've gone heavy with Liverpool players.
I've gone very heavy with Liverpool, yeah. I mean, I've also gone for Holebas, though. 6 assists in the Premier
I
League
like
this
that.
season, same as David Silva. Not
Loves a
bad.
booking though, doesn't he?
Does, yeah, that's the thing. He does get a lot of yellow cards, so he's almost certain to get -1. They've got they've got Palace at home in the cup. But they're actually going for the cup. It's good to see a mid-table team going for the cup. They made all
that's
those
nice.
changes for the City game, so I think they'll be well up for it. And yeah, Holebas could get, I reckon, clean sheet and potentially an assist threat.
Sean Burke, and you've had a bit of a challenge this week, right?
Yeah, I can only use the letters of my second name,
I
which
thought
is
it was meant to be
C-U-N-T.
yeah, that was a clerical error on Andy's part.
Oh, sorry.
It's not actually my surname.
He can't spell.
Bad enough.
It was
I had
meant to be
to.
D-I-C-K.
I had to put Declan Rice in there because of that. Almost made me sick.
Yeah.
God, a lot of R's in there. I've got Boric in goals and Rondon up front.
Yeah, this is a point we want to make. That Newcastle are actually playing Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And you've picked a Newcastle striker and a Bournemouth goalkeeper. Like, what was the decision making behind that?
It had to begin with B-U-R-K or E.
Was there, did you have any other choices in goal?
I'll be honest, I scrolled down and then just kind of stopped after a certain
You could have had
point.
Edison.
It was a long day.
Yeah, you could have had Edison. What are you doing?
Oh! I'm still blown away by Declan Rice. The choice of Declan Rice there, mate.
Surely you should.
He's shat on Ireland.
Wouldn't you
completely.
rather go
Yeah,
in with just
and I'd
one
still-
defender than Rice? Would you rather? I would. If I was you, I would only just play Rudiger. If there was, and if he was the only other R, I'd.
If there wasn't a forfeit at the other end of
Surely
this,
there's a
potentially.
forfeit's better than.
I don't know. Did you see me after that, Chili Pepper? I died for a week.
Now it's time for Punch, Play, Party. It's the last 8 of the FA Cup this weekend, so we've chosen the 3 most successful individuals in FA Cup history. Ashley Cole, John Terry, Petr Cech. Right, who are we going with?
So I'm going to have to go out with Terry to keep an eye on him. Is what my thinking is.
Yeah.
And then play with Cech, because who of us knows a goalkeeper, right? So how many chances do you get to go down the local park and have a keeper and you can just stick him in nets and just fire balls at him all
Would
day?
that be fun? Just watching all your shots get saved?
Oh, mate, some of them would get past it. The odd one. So what does that leave? Punch Cole. I don't really have a reason to punch him. Probably the fact that he thought he could come into Championship football at his age and still do it. And I think he got dragged off against Villa at half-time and we've not seen him since.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to punch Cech because he can take it. He's got his headwear on.
Nice.
He's got a bit of like, do you know what I
like
mean?
it, yeah.
I don't want to hurt him.
Would you punch pre-headgear for Cech?
Full blown
No,
twatting.
I'd probably punish someone else. But now he's got a bit of protection. Yeah, party with Terry. I literally thought, I actually thought of the phrase "keep an eye on him," and you said exactly that. Yeah, keep an eye on him. And I've actually met John Terry a couple of times. He's a right bloke. Playing with Ashley Cole, which is fine. The best England player of my generation, I think, Ashley Cole. Pocketed Ronaldo a couple of times.
I picked John Terry, but I picked him to play with only because I could keep an eye on him.
Wow.
And I need to know where he is at all times.
Yeah.
Anyone would think there's a reason for us all to keep an eye on JT. I don't
Sure
know
why
what
it would be, but I just feel like he needs to be watched.
Yeah.
And then I put Punch Ashley Cole, because he, of course, left Arsenal to go to Chelsea all those years ago, if you remember.
Valid, yeah.
And then I'd say I'd go and party with Cech, Because he seems like the kind of guy who doesn't actually want to party. He seems like a quiet pint.
He likes
lad.
He likes
drumming.
Yeah, he likes a bit of drumming as well. You know, he's musical, he's cultured.
Sesh with Czech.
Sesh with Czech.
And if
Well,
he
I
gets,
think that'd be
he gets 2
playing
piss and
Sesh.
falls over. he won't
Exactly.
get
I
it.
literally wrote that
Petter
down
Sesh.
as well.
Yeah.
If he falls over too
Petter
drunk,
Sesh, I like that.
he's
Petter
good.
Sesh.
And make sure to comment below with your player suggestions for next week's Punch Play Party. Now we're going to reveal how you boys did in last week's Weekender.
Please not me.
Now, remember, whoever gets the fewest points of the weekend will be forced to do a forfeit in no particular order. Nick, your team got 37 points.
Do you know what? I went for Son instead of Kane, just for whimsy.
Yeah.
Just I thought, just because it's different.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
hell was I thinking? If I'd stuck with it,
Vardy, though.
would have been
Great
another 8
shout.
points. Yeah, great
Vardy,
shout,
great
Vardy.
shout.
Happy with that.
Andy, your team is up next. You got 37 points. Also,
Insane points.
someone's a bit nervous over there.
Raheem Sterling
Raheem.
doing
Someone's
the absolute business
A
for me.
bit nervous.
Absolute one-man,
Sterling.
absolute
Fucking-
one-man team.
So that means, Sean Burke, you have to beat 37 points to avoid doing a forfeit for a second consecutive time.
Would I survive?
And your team got 38 points, meaning
How
we
has
have
that
a
happened?
tie at the bottom
How
of
on
the
earth
table.
has that happened? Has Jack picked that again for you?
It's a joint forfeit.
So, no, it's not a joint forfeit. I will explain. There is a quiz question, which is based on a total numerical value.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question. The person closest to that is deemed the winner. The person that's furthest away will have to face the forfeit. This week, the forfeit is a spoonful of cinnamon.
Oh no, I really don't want to do that.
It's disgusting. I've seen. The question this week is, what were the total amount of goals scored at the 2018 World Cup finals? Nick, I'm looking at you, so it's just you.
And then what? Andy gets to go one higher or one lower.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go 108.
108.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good guess or not.
I literally don't know whether to go higher or lower.
Andy.
So scared.
We
Sorry.
have to go home.
I'll go 106.
So you've gone 108,
Yeah.
106. The correct answer is 169 goals were scored in the World Cup finals in 2018. So that means Andy is facing this week's forfeit. What I'm told, the cinnamon challenge is a full tablespoon of cinnamon. So we've got to make sure we get this done.
You wish that was a teaspoon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
There we go.
How much
No, it's meant to be heaped. It's meant to be heaped. You've got to put it in your mouth. You've got to swallow it. That is the rules. Sean came back from the dead, so you can too.
Yeah,
Right?
anything's possible.
Ready for this?
No. I'm just going for it, yeah.
You do, man.
Go on, mate. Go on, mate.
Off.
Swallow it down. Get it down.
Not even me.
that's quite his nose, is it?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Andy, come back. Andy, come back.
It's actually.
It's in the hit.
It's
He's
actually
gone straight away.
so he's not interested in
It's
that.
really nice to be on the
You
other
enjoy,
end
you
of
can
that.
enjoy that one.
It's in the air.
It smells great though.
It smells amazing. Right, I have no idea what's happened to Andy, so that is going to have to be the end of this week's show. We want to hear from you if you have any questions about Weekender, any football stories you want us to pick up on, anything you want us to talk about, we really want to know. And especially your forfeit suggestions, we want to know those because that actually came out of the comments of last week's show.
Oh, well played.
So well done there. So, and if you haven't already signed up for the Weekender, make sure you do it now. It's $5,000 up for grabs, lads. Right, please remember to share, like, and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you later.